So it was great enough to go see Iron Lung yesterday. I'll be honest with you, it's great. I really, really enjoyed it. It had its small flaws and its weird concepts and stuff that I was still trying to wrap my head around. But to be honest, I really enjoyed this movie. Did it come off like it could be a Tubi original? Sometimes, but was it still really good? Was the storyline so? And as someone who's never really watched Markiplier videos, doesn't know a whole lot about him other than he's a big YouTuber, seen maybe two clips or not or so, I thought it was really good. I've also never played the game, and honestly, I wanted to know more, but I was satisfied with what I got because it's one of those things where this was definitely like a mystery and then a psychological like horror-ish. I don't even know if it's horror or just like kind of a psychological mind test. And then it's a horror. It really kind of went that way. I felt those were mystery first, psychological horror, and then like an actual horror. It's kind of in the back burner. But the world was done really well. I find it really cool on what someone could do with a low budget. And, this really goes to show what just one person and one performance can do. Now, as I said, didn't watch any of his videos beforehand, don't really know him as a YouTuber. There's this really strange thing he does with his voice, where at the beginning he starts very deep, and then he talks almost what I imagine from what I've kind of seen is his normal, and then we'll go really deep again. And I think he couldn't figure out what either voice he wanted to do or how to hold that voice throughout the entirety of the movie, doing different things. So his grunts and his okays all were very deep, and then his like actual direct talk seemed to be of a different person. But nitpicking, he had a lot of range. I thought he was very, very talented. For I think this might be a third movie, or he might have been in some shows and whatnot. But I thought he did an excellent job for this being his big movie. Um, there's not a whole lot of negatives here. I really enjoyed and this is mostly about the video game aspects, which I really enjoyed the fact that you had to click the button and then it would show you what was going on outside because it constantly pulled me into being to want to be like looking at it always. Like if he had a far shot and he was on one side of the ship and the camera's on the other, and he's clicking the button and do stuff, I'm just constantly like, what weird cool thing is out there right now? And that was really cool to bring me into the universe like that. Lots of blood, like a ridiculous amount of blood, but that was awesome. I found the whole universe really cool, and I think this is such an amazing um, concept and idea done by such a low budget, and it should just make every filmmaker and people who love film just cheering for the fact that this was made and how it was made, and that anyone can do it. That being, I know he's famous from YouTube, and I'm sure he's got some money to back him, but like still, he's never made a movie before, and here you go. And there was a round of applause after the movie was over, and it was deserved. So yeah, I have my small nitpicks on this movie. As I said, the voice thing, um, the the costumes were okay, but everyone seemed too clean, and that's a thing that we do a lot in like really high end, like expensive movies now. Is it's like, oh, he's a prisoner, and his clothes look raggedy, but raggedy in design. They don't actually look dirty or bad. They look like something a fashion week would do, if you know what I mean. Like, oh, this is new fashion, but it's not because it's not dirty. It looks brand new. And then sometimes like the set looked a bit cheesy at the beginning. As blood starts to kind of show up and new things happen in the ship, it gets dirtier and it makes itself look its own way. But when you know that they say the ship's on a rush, we just built it, blah blah blah. It looks a bit too perfect, a bit too clean, yet again, a bit too produced. Um, but as the movie kind of moves forward, it gets dirty, but that's just nitpicking yet again. This is a fantastic movie. I think you should go check it out. If you have, tell me what you think. Did you enjoy it? If you plan on going to see it, tell me when. Tell me afterwards what you thought. Am I right? Am I wrong? Did you not like it? Am I overhyping it? Because I think the hype is always going to be overhyped because of this being such a major scenario. But I still think that it deserves like its recognition, and I think it was well played. So tell me what you think. Thanks.